Opening credits: From Zero to HR Pro. The Self-Taught Professional's Roadmap to Mastering Recruiting, Onboarding, and Landing Your First Role in People Operations. Written by Gardinski. Introduction. The myth of the paper pusher. You hear the acronym HR, and a specific and often negative image comes to mind. You picture a bureaucratic paper pusher, a corporate administrator whose job is to enforce the rules, to manage payroll and benefits, and to be the fun police of the office. You see human resources as a necessary but uncreative, unstrategic, and often adversarial administrative department. You know you are a people person. You are empathetic, a great listener, and you are passionate about helping people thrive. But you think, that's not me. I don't want to be a rule enforcer or a glorified administrator. You've been sold a myth that HR is a low-impact, bureaucratic career path. This is a complete misunderstanding of the modern, strategic HR professional. In the 21st century economy, where a company's single greatest asset is its people, the role of HR has been completely transformed. The best companies in the world no longer have HR departments. They have people operations teams. That a great people ops professional is not a paper pusher. They are an architect of culture. They are not a rule enforcer. They are a designer of the employee experience. They are a strategic partner to the CEO, responsible for the single most important driver of business success: attracting, developing, and retaining world-class talent. Welcome to From Zero to HR Pro. This is not a textbook on employment law. This is a practical, step-by-step roadmap for becoming a modern, strategic, and highly hireable people operations professional. We will treat your new career not as an administrative function, but as an architectural project. First, we will demolish the myth of the paper pusher and install the powerful architect of culture mindset. We will give you the core blueprints for understanding the entire employee lifecycle. Next, we will give you the tactical, hands-on playbooks for the two most critical functions of a modern people ops pro: talent acquisition and employee experience. Most importantly, we will guide you through the process of building a powerful portfolio project that will serve as the undeniable proof of your skills. Finally, we will show you how to find and land your first high-impact role in this exciting and rewarding field. It's time to stop undervaluing your people skills. Your empathy and your ability to build relationships are not soft skills. They're the most valuable strategic assets in the modern economy. The system is learnable. The path begins now. Part I. The foundation. The architecture of a modern HR Pro Case File 01. The architect's mindset. You are not HR. You are an architect of culture. Before you review your first resume, we must perform the most critical identity shift of your new career. The number one reason that most HR professionals are seen as a bureaucratic cost center is that they are operating with the wrong identity. They see themselves as human resources. The very term human resources is the problem. It frames people as resources, as cogs in a machine to be managed and administered. An HR professional's job is often reactive. They're focused on compliance, on enforcing policies, and on managing the administrative tasks. You are not here to be HR. You are here to be an architect of culture. This is a non-negotiable and game-changing distinction. An architect of culture is proactive. Their job is not to manage the resources. Their job is to design the entire employee experience, from the moment a candidate first hears about the company to the day they leave. They are a strategic partner to the business. Their value is not measured in the number of forms they process, but in their ability to build a high-performing, engaged, and loyal team. This is a shift from a compliance mindset to a performance mindset. The HR person asks, are we compliant with this employment law? The architect asks, how can we design a performance review system that actually motivates people and helps them grow? The HR person says, here is the company handbook. The architect says, let's architect a day one onboarding experience that makes every new hire feel welcomed, valued, and set up for success from the very first hour. When you adopt the architect of culture mindset, your entire value proposition changes. You are not a support function. You're the chief engineer of the company's single most important competitive advantage. It's culture. Your job is to be the architect of that entire system. You will design the system that attracts great people. You will design the system that integrates them into the company. You will design the system that helps them grow. And you will design the system that ensures they are compensated fairly as you work through this roadmap. This new identity must be your North Star. You are not a bureaucrat. You are a builder. You are a strategic partner, and your product is a thriving, high-performing team. This is the mindset that separates the low-level administrator from the high-impact, indispensable people operations leader. Case File 02. Deconstructing the Employee Life Cycle, a jargon-free blueprint from attract to offboard. You are an architect of culture. But what exactly are you building? The employee experience is a broad, abstract concept. The architect knows that to build a great experience, you must first deconstruct it into its distinct, manageable, and interconnected phases. This is the employee life cycle. The employee life cycle is the architectural blueprint of your entire profession. It is the end-to-end journey that every single employee takes with a company. An amateur HR person sees these as a series of disconnected administrative tasks. The architect sees them as a single, continuous, and integrated system. The 7 stages of the employee life cycle. Stage 1. Attract. The goal: to make your company a magnet for top talent. The architecture: this is the top of the funnel. It involves building a powerful employer brand. Stage 2. Recruit. The goal: to actively find, engage, and assess the best possible candidates for a specific open role. The architecture: this is the active hunting phase. It involves writing a great job description, sourcing candidates, and conducting interviews. Stage 3. Onboard. The goal: to take a newly hired candidate and successfully integrate them into the company's culture and their specific role. The architecture: a great onboarding experience is a structured 30 to 90-day process. Stage 4. Develop. The goal: to provide your employees with the feedback, coaching, and opportunities they need to grow. The architecture: this is the work of performance management and career pathing. Stage 5. Retain. The goal: to create an environment where your best people want to stay for the long term. The architecture: this is a function of all the other stages, but it also includes the architecture of your compensation and benefits, your company culture, and your employee engagement initiatives. Stage 6. Offboard. The goal: to manage an employee's exit from the company in a way that is graceful, professional, and respectful. The architecture: this includes a clear process for knowledge transfer and a respectful exit interview. Stage 7. Advocate. The goal: the ultimate goal of a great employee life cycle is to turn your former employees into a powerful source of future referrals and positive word of mouth. The architecture: this is the natural outcome of a world-class experience at all the other 6 stages. This 7-stage life cycle is your new mental model. For every new initiative you propose, you will ask yourself, which stage of the employee life cycle does this improve? Case File 03. The hireable skill set. The core competencies of a people ops generalist. The world of people operations is vast. But for the self-taught professional looking to land their first high-impact role, the most valuable and hireable identity is the people ops generalist. A generalist is the utility player, the Swiss Army knife of the people team. They have a foundational, practical knowledge across the entire employee life cycle. The Big 4 competencies of a people ops generalist. This roadmap is architected to make you a master of these 4 most in-demand and hireable skill sets: talent acquisition, recruiting. The business problem: we need to hire great people, but we don't know how to find them. Your skill set: this is the most urgent and visible need for most growing companies. You must be able to architect and run a full, end-to-end recruiting cycle. Onboarding. The business problem: we're hiring great people, but their first few weeks are chaotic, and we're seeing some new hires quit. Your skill set: you must be able to architect a structured, welcoming, and effective onboarding experience that lasts for the new hire's first 90 days. Employee relations and compliance. The business problem: I'm terrified we're going to get into legal trouble. Your skill set: you do not need to be a lawyer, But you must have a foundational understanding of the big rocks of employment law and be able to create a simple professional employee handbook. HR systems and technology. The business problem: we are managing everything on spreadsheets, and it's a complete disaster. Your skill set: you must be able to select and implement the core, foundational HR tech stack for a small business, including an applicant tracking system and a human resources information system. While mastering these big four competencies, you are becoming the perfect full-stack people operations generalist. You are the one-person department that can walk into any growing company and immediately begin to architect the fundamental people systems they need to scale successfully. Case File 04. The HR Tech Stack, a minimalist guide to the essential, low-cost tools. You are an architect of culture, but you are also a modern systems engineer. To build a scalable and efficient people operations function, you must have the right set of digital tools. The amateur HR person tries to duct tape a system together using a chaotic mess of spreadsheets, email folders, and Google Docs. The architect knows that a small, strategic investment in a few modern and user-friendly all-in-one platforms can provide a small business with the exact same operational power as a Fortune 500 company. The Small Business HR Tech Stack Blueprint. The all-in, one-inch HRIS, payroll, and benefits hub. The tool: Gusto or Rippling. The function: this is the single source of truth for all of your employee data. These modern platforms handle HRIS, payroll, benefits administration, and onboarding. The mandate: this is the first and most important piece of technology you will implement. The talent acquisition hub, an applicant tracking system, ATS. The tool: Lever or Greenhouse, or a more affordable option like Breezy HR. The function: an ATS is the CRM for your recruiting process, is the central command center for your entire hiring funnel. It allows you to post jobs to multiple boards, create a careers page, and manage candidates in a single pipeline. The process documentation hub. The tool: Notion or shared Google Drive folder. The function: this is where you will build the company's external brain. It is the central shared library for all of your people ops documentation. The architecture: you will create a simple space that will house your employee handbook, your SOPs, and your manager's toolkit of templates. This simple three-part tech stack is the entire professional-grade command center you need to run a modern people operations function. Your ability to recommend, implement, and manage this lean, powerful stack is a high-value skill that will make you an indispensable architect of a company's growth. Part 2. The Talent Acquisition Protocol. Winning the War for Talent. Case File 05. The Job Scorecard Blueprint. The one-page document that guarantees a great hire. A new job opening is approved. A hiring manager comes to you and says, "We need to hire a new marketing manager." The amateur HR person immediately starts writing a generic job description. They have just initiated a hiring process that is built on a foundation of sand. The vague title marketing manager means something completely different to every single person in the company. Without a single, clear, and objective definition of what success looks like in this role, your entire hiring process will be a subjective, biased, and chaotic mess. The architect of talent knows that their first and most critical job is to bring architectural clarity to the role itself. Before you ever write a job description, you will first facilitate a process to create a job scorecard. This is a simple, powerful, one-page document that is the project brief for your hiring process. The Job Scorecard Blueprint. You will create this document with a hiring manager. It has 4 components: the mission, the question, in one single sentence, what is the core purpose of this role? Why does this job exist? The architecture. You are defining the one thing for this role. Example: the mission of the marketing manager is to own and operate the top-of-funnel engine, with the primary goal of doubling the number of qualified sales leads in the next 12 months. The outcomes. The question: a year from now, if the person we hire is a superstar, what are the 3 to 5 specific measurable outcomes that they will have achieved? The SMART mandate. These are not responsibilities. They are results. Each outcome must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Example: increase organic website traffic from 10K to 20K visitors/month within 6 months. Generate 500 new marketing qualified leads per month by the end of Q4. The competencies. The question: to achieve these outcomes, what are the specific, non-negotiable skills and behavioral traits that a successful candidate must possess? The architecture. You will define a mix of hard skills and soft skills. Example: hard skills, deep expertise in SEO. Soft skills, a highly data-driven mindset, a proactive ownership mentality. The power of the scorecard. This simple, one-page document is now the architectural foundation for your entire hiring process. It writes your job description for you. It architects your interview process. It eliminates bias. In the final debriefing meeting, you will be asking, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the candidate's data-driven mindset, and what specific evidence did you see to support that rating? By insisting on the creation of a job scorecard before the search begins, you are transforming your hiring process from a subjective, gut feel art into an objective, data-driven science. Case File 06, the sourcing engine, a playbook for finding great candidates beyond the job boards. You have your job scorecard. You have an architectural blueprint of the perfect candidate. Now you must go out into the world and find this person. The amateur HR person takes a purely passive approach. They post the job description on a few major job boards, and then they wait. They are a post and pray recruiter. This is a strategy that is guaranteed to deliver a high volume of low-quality applicants. The architect of talent knows that the very best candidates are often not actively looking for a new job. To find these passive candidates, you cannot be a passive fisherman. You must become a proactive hunter. The proactive sourcing blueprint. A great sourcing strategy has two components: the passive net of the job boards and the active spear of direct outreach. Component 1. The optimized post, the net. You will post your job, but your job description will not be a boring internal document. It will be a sales page. The you-focused language. You will write the job description from the candidate's perspective. You are not the companies we are looking for. The sell the mission mandate. You will use the mission and outcomes from your job scorecard to paint an exciting picture of the impact this role will have. Component 2. The LinkedIn hunt, the spear. This is the heart of proactive sourcing. You will use LinkedIn Recruiter or Sales Navigator as your primary hunting ground. The Boolean search string. You will use LinkedIn's powerful search filters to build a precise search string that will surface a list of your ideal candidates. The architecture. You will search for people who have the right job title, who work at the right companies, and who have the right keywords in their profile. The result. You will now have a curated target list of 50 to 100 high-potential passive candidates. Component 3. The warm outreach protocol. You will now reach out to these individuals. Your message must not sound like a generic, spammy recruiter. It must be personalized, respectful, and consultative. The Value First in-mail script. Part 1. The personalized compliment. Hi, candidate name. I was incredibly impressed by the work you did on the specific project at their current company. Part 2. The mission pitch. You will not pitch the job. You will pitch the mission. We're looking for a leader to own our top-of-funnel engine and to state the mission from your job scorecard. Part 3. The exploratory. Close. You are inviting them to a low-pressure, exploratory conversation. Would you be open to a brief, 15-minute confidential chat? This proactive, hunting approach to sourcing is a game changer. It is the difference between waiting for talent to come to you and going out and getting the exact talent you want. Case File 07. The behavioral interview mandate. A system for hiring based on evidence, not gut feel. You have sourced a slate of high-quality candidates. Now, you must interview them. The interview process is the single most critical and the single most flawed part of the entire hiring system. The amateur interviewer operates on gut feel. Their interview is an unstructured, conversational ramble. They ask hypothetical questions or brain teasers. This is a process that is riddled with unconscious bias and has been scientifically proven to be a terrible predictor of future job performance. The architect of talent knows that a great interview is not a conversation. It It is a scientific data-gathering exercise. The most proven, data-driven system for doing this is the behavioral interview, the evidence-based interview blueprint. The core principle of the behavioral interview is simple and powerful. Past performance is the best predictor of future performance. You will not ask hypothetical questions. You will only ask questions about the candidate's specific, real-world, past experiences. Step 1. The structured interview plan. The mandate. Every single candidate for the same role will be asked the exact same set of core questions in the same order. The rationale. This is the only way to have a fair, apples-to-apples comparison. The architecture. You will take the competencies from your job scorecard, and you will design 1 or 2 behavioral questions to test for each competency. Step 2. The STAR method, the candidate's framework. You will instruct your candidates on how you want them to answer the questions. The script. For our interview today, I'm going to be asking you a few behavioral questions. I'd love for you to answer them using the STAR method. That is, for each question, tell me about the situation, the task, the action, and the result. Step 3. The drill down. Your job as the interviewer. Your job is to be a gentle but firm interrogator. You must drill down to get the specifics. The I versus we problem. Candidates will often say we did this. You must drill down to find out what they did. The vague result problem. Candidates will give a vague result. You must drill down for the data. How did you measure success for that project? Step 4. The scorecard debrief. The action. Immediately after the interview, every single person on the interview panel will independently fill out the job scorecard, rating the candidate on a scale of 1 to 5 for the specific competencies they were assigned to assess. The rationale. This transforms the post-interview debrief meeting from a subjective "who did we like?" conversation into a data-driven, evidence-based decision-making process. The BY architecting a structured, behavioral interview process. You are removing bias and gut feel from your hiring system. This is the system that will allow you to consistently and predictably hire A players. Case File 08, the offer and close. A system for landing your top candidate. You have done it. You have run a professional, structured, and evidence-based interview process. You have identified your number 1 candidate. Now you must execute the final and most delicate phase. You must close the deal. The architect of talent knows that the close is not an administrative step. It is the final sales pitch. You are in a fierce, competitive war for the best talent. The high-touch closing blueprint. Step 1. The pre-close temperature check. The mandate. You will never, ever extend a formal offer to a candidate without first having a verbal pre-close conversation. The script. Hi, candidate name. The entire team was incredibly impressed with you. If we were to make you a competitive offer, is there anything at all that would prevent you from accepting? The rationale. This is your chance to uncover any hidden objections before you make the formal offer. Step 2. The verbal offer, the personal touch. The mandate. The formal offer will always be delivered verbally, over the phone or a video call, by the hiring manager. The psychology. This is a powerful, personal touch. It makes the candidate feel wanted and valued. Step 3. The full stack offer. You're not just offering a salary. You are selling a total opportunity. The architecture. During the verbal offer, you will sell the full stack. The mission, the impact, the team, and the compensation. Step 4. The offer letter follow-up. The action. Immediately after the verbal offer, you will send a professional, written offer letter. You will give the candidate a reasonable, but not infinite, amount of time to make their decision. Step 5. The sell-through. The action. During the decision-making period, you will orchestrate a sell-through campaign. The architecture. You might have 1 or 2 future team members reach out to the candidate with a simple, personal note. The rationale. This final, high-touch, and personal campaign is often the tiebreaker that convinces a top candidate to choose your company. By architecting a closing process that is this deliberate, this professional, and this human, you're doing more than just hiring an employee. You are beginning the onboarding process. Part 3. The employee experience engine. Building a great place to work. Case File 09. The Day 1 onboarding blueprint. Architecting a wow experience for new hires. The offer is signed. Your new hire is starting in 2 weeks. This is a moment of immense opportunity, and it is a moment that 99% of companies completely squander. The amateur HR person's onboarding process is a chaotic, unprofessional, and demoralizing experience. The new hire shows up on their first day. Their laptop isn't ready. Their manager is too busy to meet with them. They are handed a stack of paperwork and are left alone in a corner. This is an act of accidental psychological torture that immediately seeds doubt and buyer's remorse. The architect of culture knows that the first day and the first week of a new employee's journey is the single highest leverage moment in the entire employee life cycle. Your job is to architect a day one experience that is so seamless, so welcoming, and so impressive that it makes your new hire think, wow, I have absolutely made the right choice. The white glove onboarding blueprint. A great onboarding experience is a meticulously choreographed performance. It begins before the employee's first day. Phase 1, the pre-boarding, the week before they start. The goal, to build excitement and to handle all the boring administrative work before they arrive. The welcome swag package. You will mail a small package of company swag to their home. This is a simple, powerful wow moment. The digital paperwork. You will use your HRIS to have them fill out all of their tax forms and direct deposit information online. The first day agenda email. The Friday before they start, you and their new manager will send them a joint email with a clear agenda for their first day. Phase 2, the day one experience. The goal, to make the new hire feel welcomed, valued, and set up for success. The ready-to-go mandate. When the new hire arrives, their workspace must be 100% ready. Their laptop is on their desk, and all of their necessary accounts have been pre-provisioned. The welcome architecture, a one-on-one with a hiring manager, a team welcome meeting, a scheduled team lunch, and a series of one-on-ones with key teammates. Phase 3, the first week immersion. The goal, to help the new hire build relationships and achieve a small, early win. The onboarding buddy. You will have assigned them a friendly, high-performing peer who is their go-to person for all the stupid questions. The starter project. Their manager will have a small, well-defined starter project ready for them that allows them to achieve a tangible, confidence-boosting win in their first week. WY architecting an onboarding experience that is this structured, this professional, and this human-centric. You're doing more than just getting a new employee up to speed. You are indoctrinating them into a culture of excellence. This is the foundation of long-term employee retention. Case File 10. The Performance Feedback System. A simple framework for growth and development, the annual performance review. For most employees and managers, it is the single most dreaded, bureaucratic, and ineffective ritual in all of corporate life. It is a backward-looking, anxiety-inducing process where a manager assigns a subjective, often arbitrary rating. The amateur HR person is a process administrator. Their job is to make sure that these annual review forms are filled out on time. The architect of culture knows that the goal of a performance management system is not to evaluate the past. It is to develop the future. A great system is not a once-a-year judgment. It is a lightweight, continuous, and forward-looking feedback loop. The continuous performance blueprint. This is a simple, 3-part system that separates the different types of feedback and provides a clear, consistent cadence for each. Part 1. The weekly one-on-one, the real-time feedback. The foundation. The weekly one-on-one is the true heartbeat of performance management. The mandate. This is the venue for all real-time, tactical feedback. The rule. There should be no surprises in a formal performance review. Part 2. The quarterly performance check-in, the growth conversation. The goal. This is the formal, but lightweight, replacement for the annual review. It is a 60-minute, forward-looking conversation that happens once per quarter. The no ratings mandate. This is not a review where the employee is given a number or a rating. The architecture, the stop, start, continue framework. The employee fills out a simple, 3-question self-assessment. What is one thing I should stop doing? What is one thing I should start doing? What is one thing I should continue doing? The manager fills out the exact same form. The 60-minute meeting is a collaborative discussion of these two documents, with the goal of co-creating a simple development plan for the next quarter. Part 3. The annual compensation conversation, the money conversation. The goal: to discuss and determine the employee's compensation for the next year. The decoupling mandate. This is the most critical part of this new architecture. The compensation conversation must be a separate, distinct meeting from the performance and growth conversations. The rationale: when you tie a conversation about growth directly to a conversation about a raise, the employee cannot hear the developmental feedback. By decoupling these two conversations, you allow each one to have the focus it deserves. By architecting this modern, three-part continuous performance system, you are building a true culture of growth. You are creating a system where feedback is a normal, frequent, and forward-looking gift, not a dreaded, backward-looking judgment. Case File 11. The Total Rewards Philosophy. A practical guide to compensation and benefits. How much should we pay our people? This is one of the most important, most emotionally charged, and most complex questions that any business has to answer. The amateur HR person approaches this question in a reactive, ad hoc way. The architect of culture knows that compensation is not just about a paycheck. It is a powerful tool of communication. Your compensation philosophy is one of the clearest signals you can send about your company's values. Your job is to architect a simple, clear, and fair total rewards philosophy. The Total Rewards Blueprint. Total Rewards is a strategic framework that recognizes that an employee's compensation is more than just their salary. Component 1. The compensation philosophy. The goal: to have a clear, simple, and defensible philosophy for how you determine base salaries. The market-based architecture. The most modern and fair approach is to have a market-based pay philosophy. The statement: our philosophy is to pay at the 75th percentile of the market rate for this role in this geographic location. The data: you will use professional, third-party salary data to determine what the market rate actually is for each role. You will create defined salary bands for each level. The transparency mandate: you'll be transparent with your employees about this philosophy. Component 2. The benefits package. The goal: to provide a package of benefits that supports the health and well-being of your employees. The table stakes: health insurance and a 401k plan. The differentiators: generous paid time off, parental leave, a professional development stipend, and flexible work arrangements. Component 3. The variable pay, the performance incentive. The goal: to give employees a direct stake in the success of the business. The architecture: bonuses or equity, stock options. The total rewards statement. The final, masterful touch is to architect a total rewards statement. The deliverable: once a year, you will give every single employee a simple, one-page document that clearly and visually lays out the full value of their compensation package, including the value of benefits and bonuses. The rationale: this simple document makes the invisible parts of their compensation visible. Why architecting a clear, fair, and transparent total rewards philosophy? You're doing more than just paying your people. You are building one of the most powerful competitive advantages your business can have. Case File 12. The offboarding protocol. How to gracefully manage an employee's exit. An employee is leaving. The way you handle an employee's exit is just as important as the way you handle their entrance. The amateur HR person treats an employee's departure as a purely administrative transaction. This approach often leaves the departing employee feeling disrespected and sends a message of fear to the remaining team. The architect of culture knows that a graceful, respectful, and systematic offboarding process is a powerful investment. It is your final opportunity to treat an employee with dignity, to gather valuable feedback, and to turn a departing employee into a lifelong brand ambassador. The graceful exit blueprint. This is a simple, professional protocol for managing a voluntary resignation. Step 1. The resignation conversation, the manager's role. The mandate. When an employee resigns, the manager's immediate response must be one of grace and support. The amateur's mistake: getting defensive or making a desperate counteroffer. The architect's script: thank you for telling me in person. I'm sad to see you go, but I'm genuinely excited for you in this new opportunity. Let's work together on a transition plan. Step 2. The knowledge transfer plan. The goal: to ensure a smooth and complete transfer of the departing employee's knowledge and responsibilities. The architecture: you will provide the manager with a simple knowledge transfer template. Step 3. The exit interview. The goal: to gather honest, valuable feedback that can be used to improve the company. The mandate: the exit interview should be conducted by you, not the employee's direct manager. The key questions: what was the primary reason you started looking for a new opportunity? What did you enjoy most about working here? What is one thing we could do to make this a better place to work? Step 4. The last day protocol. The goal: to ensure the employee's last day is a positive and respectful experience. The administrative checklist. You will have a clear checklist to ensure all final administrative tasks are handled smoothly. The team send-off. You will encourage the manager to organize a simple, informal goodbye for the employee. Why architecting a respectful, organized, and human-centric offboarding process? You're sending a powerful message to both the departing employee and your remaining team. This is the hallmark of a world-class culture. Part 4. The career engine. From coordinator to HR leader. Case File 13. The portfolio of one project. Architecting a full hiring and onboarding plan. You are now a fully trained architect of culture. You have the mindset, the frameworks, and the protocols to build a modern, high-performing people operations function. But you are facing the classic chicken and egg problem. To get a job in HR, you need experience, but to get experience, you need a job. The architect does not wait for this opportunity. They manufacture it. You will create your own portfolio of one. A comprehensive professional case study that demonstrates your strategic thinking and your mastery of the most in-demand people ops skills. This project will become the centerpiece of your resume and the undeniable proof that you are not just a learner. You are a builder. The fictional company blueprint. Step 1. Invent your ideal company. The action: you will invent a simple, relatable small business that is a perfect fit for your skills. Example: company name, Oakwood Creative, a 20-person marketing agency. The founder, Susan, the visionary CEO. Her pain point: Susan's agency is growing fast, but her hiring process is a chaotic mess. She has no consistent interview process, her onboarding is non-existent, and she just lost a great new hire after only 3 months. Step 2. Architect the solution. You will now create a set of deliverables that show exactly how you would solve Susan's problems. The deliverable 1. The hiring system. Action: you will choose a common role for her agency, like graphic designer. You will then architect a complete hiring plan for this role. You will create a professional job scorecard, write a compelling job description, and create a structured behavioral interview plan. The deliverable 2. The onboarding system. Action: you will now architect the full 30-day onboarding plan for this new graphic designer. You will write the first day agenda, email, design a welcome packet PDF in Canva, and create a 30/60/90-day plan template. Step 3. Write the case study. You will now assemble all of these deliverables into a compelling one-page case study on your own portfolio website. The headline: Case Study: Architecting a Scalable Hiring and Onboarding System for a Fast-Growing Creative Agency. The problem section: introduce Oakwood Creative and Susan's painful situation. The solution section: this is the hero section. You will showcase your beautiful deliverables with screenshots. The results section: the ROI. You will state the tangible business results that your new system would deliver. Reduced time to hire by 30%. Increased new hire retention by an estimated 50%. Freed up 20+ hours of the CEO's time per hire. By architecting this portfolio of one, you have completely solved the no experience problem. You're no longer just telling a potential employer that you are a strategic people ops pro. You are showing them. Case File 14. The results first. Resume. Translating people skills into business metrics. You are now a practicing people operations professional. You have the skills and a powerful case study in your portfolio to prove it. Now, you must translate these new, high-value capabilities into the specific keyword-driven language of the modern resume. The amateur HR person's resume is a passive, administrative list of job duties. Responsible for filing paperwork, scheduled interviews. This language is a red flag to a recruiter. The architect's resume is an advertisement. It is a keyword-optimized, results-driven sales document. Its one and only job is to communicate that you are a strategic business partner who can architect a culture that attracts and retains top talent. The quantified impact, resume blueprint. Section 1. The header and links. Your name, city, state, phone, email. Critical. A clickable link to your LinkedIn profile and a clickable link to your portfolio website. Section 2. The professional summary. The goal. A keyword-rich 2 to 3 sentence summary that positions you as a modern, strategic people ops pro. The architecture. People operations professional with a passion for architecting employee experiences that drive business results. Proven ability to design and implement full-cycle talent acquisition and onboarding systems. Seeking to apply my skills in culture building and process optimization to help a growing team attract and retain top talent. Section 3. Skills. The goal. A dense, scannable, keyword-optimized list. The architecture. Core competencies. Full-cycle recruiting, employee onboarding, performance management, employee relations, HR compliance, employer branding. HR tech and software. Gusto, Rippling, Lever, Greenhouse, Asana, Notion. Section 4. Projects, the main event. The goal. To showcase your portfolio of one as a real, professional consulting engagement. The architecture. People operations consultant, portfolio project, Oakwood creative, fictional client, date range. Bulleted achievements. The PAR method. Problem, action, result, P. Diagnosed a chaotic, ad hoc hiring and onboarding process. A. Architected a complete end-to-end talent acquisition and onboarding system. R. The new system was projected to reduce time to hire by 30% and increase new hire retention by 50%. Section 5. Professional experience. The goal. To reframe your past, non-HR jobs to highlight your people operations skills. The people ops reframe. Instead of train new team members. Say, designed and implemented a new onboarding and training process for junior team members, which reduced their ramp-up time by 25%. Section 6. Education and certifications. List your degree. Critical. This is where you will list the certifications you are pursuing. SHRM Certified Professional, SHRM CP, in progress, expected date. This resume is an engineered document. It systematically replaces the weak language of tasks with a powerful, confident language of systems, architecture, and results. Case File 15. The SHRM and PCHAR certifications. A strategic guide to getting the right credentials. Your resume is strong. Your portfolio project provides powerful, real-world proof of your strategic abilities. But in the competitive and credential-focused world of human resources, there is one final asset you can add to your arsenal. A respected industry certification. That a certification is an official, third-party validation of your knowledge of the core principles, best practices, and legal fundamentals of the HR profession. It is a keyword that recruiters specifically search for. The two-part certification blueprint. The world of HR certification is dominated by two primary, highly respected governing bodies. The SHRM certifications, the modern standard. The body. SHRM is the largest professional HR association in the world. The certifications, SHRM CP, Certified Professional, is the foundational, operational level certification. SHRM SCP is the senior, strategic level certification. The focus. The SHRM certifications are known for being more focused on behavioral competencies, the soft skills and strategic thinking of a modern people ops leader. The HRCI certifications, the traditional gold standard. The body. HRCI is the long-standing, traditional credentialing body. The certifications, PCHAR, Professional in Human Resources, is the direct competitor to the SHRM CP. SPCHAR, is the senior level strategic certification. The focus. The HRCI certifications are known for being more focused on the technical and legal compliance aspects of HR. The strategic verdict. Which path to choose? For a new, self-taught professional aiming to become a modern architect of culture, the SHRM-CP is often the slightly better strategic choice. However, both the SHRM-CP and the PHR are considered gold standard credentials. The action plan. Check the eligibility requirements. Choose your path. Study and schedule. Update your resume. The moment you begin this process, you will add the powerful line SHRM-CP in progress, expected date to your resume. Why committing to and achieving one of these professional certifications, you're sending an undeniable signal to the market. You are proving that you are not just a talented amateur. You are a serious, dedicated professional. Did this roadmap help you? Your journey is just beginning, but your feedback is crucial. If this book provided you with real-world value, the single best way to support this mission is to leave an honest review on Amazon. More by Gardinski. Your roadmap continues. You can now master the fundamentals of recruiting and onboarding. The next step is to apply that power to build a team of A players. Book recommendations include From Zero to Talent Magnet and From Zero to A Team.